The next session is actually a session that I'm very excited about. It's our first learning lab of the series. We have invited Growth Tribe, a huge growth hacking workshop builder here in Amsterdam, to come over and give you a little bit of insight on AI-driven marketing. For that, I'd like to invite to the stage Tarek Reslan. He is growth marketing expert and trainer. Welcome.
Cool. Right. Hey everyone, can you hear me first of all? Yeah, because I can't hear anything. Thanks for joining both offline and online. I hope you're enjoying the conference. My name is Tarek. I'm one of the growth marketing trainers at Growth Tribe. And if you don't know Growth Tribe, we are an education company. We are like 10 minutes away our office. And in the past few years, we've trained more than 35,000 professionals on topics such as marketing, AI, data, leadership, you name it. I have a few slides at the end to talk more about our courses, so I don't want to bore you with my introduction now, so I'll keep it in the end. Today, my main focus is, as you can see, about ChatGPT. So it's almost now 1 year of ChatGPT. It's crazy. I don't remember how I used to work before ChatGPT. Who's using it every single day? Almost everyone, right? It really changed the way I work. So I'm not going to talk about what it is, since you guys are using it every single day. If you don't know what it is, just ask it. It's going to tell you exactly that. I'm not going to talk about the benefits also. You can ask it. It's going to list all of them for you. For me, I want to focus on one main benefit that changed the way I work completely, which is speed. The speed in which this AI takes your input and gives you output has completely made my life easier. It made me become a T-shaped individual much, much faster. So at Growth Tribe, we are big believers that if you want to grow a company today, you should have teams who are T-shaped. So what does that mean exactly? It means that they know a little about lots of subjects, but also at the same time, they know a lot about certain subjects. So if you take me as an example, I think I'm an expert in paid advertising, landing page optimization, content creation. I know a lot about these three topics. But I also know a lot about other subjects, but not enough. I'm not an expert, just enough to be part of a conversation, to get by. So for example, I know how to use Photoshop Illustrator, but I'm not a graphic designer. I know SEO, not an SEO specialist. Coding, programming, I will not create a mobile application to save my life. I just know enough to do something by myself. So let's say, for example, I want to create visuals for my social media campaigns. I can do it myself without waiting for the design team. Let's say I want to make changes on my website. I can also do it myself without relying on the IT team. So the more T-shaped you are, the more flexible you will become, and the more autonomous you will also become, because you don't have to wait for other departments. We've trained many companies in the past few years. They always have great ideas, but they get stuck at the execution phase because they depend a lot on other departments. So the more flexible you are, the more experiments you will run. Just to show you how ChatGPT saved my ass, last April 17, which was my birthday, fun fact, random fact, I was hosting Matteo Tricchilo. If he's watching this, I hope you're doing well, man. He's a great guy. But Matteo, he was a digital transformation expert. And Growth Tribe wanted me to host him. And I was super hesitant because I know a bit about digital transformation, but I'm not an expert. I wasn't confident to host him, ask him questions, because I was scared. And Growth Tribe were like, you know what, we trust you, you can do it. And I was like, fine, all right, I'll do it. So I had 48 hours to become a digital transformation expert. And luckily, ChatGPT really saved my ass, because first thing I have to do was do some introduction slides to introduce the topic and Matteo before he takes over. So I was brainstorming with ChatGPT. I was like, okay, can you provide some examples of companies who filed for bankruptcy because they couldn't adapt to this digital age? And there was some nice examples. We have Kodak. They filed for bankruptcy because they couldn't adapt to digital photography. You have Nokia. I think all of us, we know what happened to them with the smartphone revolution. So that was a good, I think, introduction. So when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. And this was the first slide that I made for that webinar. Perfect. But that's also not enough, because I have to talk with Matteo for like 45 minutes. So I had to educate myself about the subject. So I found like 30 to 25 articles from different sources, like McKinsey and so on. But they were too damn long. It's like 30 pages, 40 pages. I didn't have time for that. I had 48 hours, but I was able to use ChatGPT to summarize all of the articles. So instead of spending 3 hours reading it, just give me the main points and can move on with my life. And then I did this for 20 articles. I was ready the next day. So I was able to host Matteo. We had a nice conversation, and the webinar was actually well received. Now, it may sound like I'm a scam artist because I became like a fake digital transformation expert. That's not the case. I just learned enough to host the actual expert. I think in most situations in business, you need to learn one skill for one project, and that's it. You move on with your life. So you don't need to learn it from A to Z, just enough to complete the project and move on. And that was the case for me. I wasn't planning to become a digital transformation expert, just enough, host Matteo, and then I can continue with growth marketing and experimentation. So I think that's like a nice example to show you how you can learn quickly, but just enough to get yourself by. Another example of my personal experience, I'm a trainer, as I mentioned, so my main job is to create content for the courses, for the webinars, for the YouTube videos, and so on. And that's cool. I get paid to learn, which is awesome. But at the same time, it's quite overwhelming because there are so many things I have to learn. So nowadays, I also summarize video content, I summarize podcasts, I summarize long YouTube videos. This is one great example. We have Think Media, they have a nice YouTube channel, and they had this 55-minute video about social media strategy. I used the plugin on ChatGPT, it's called Video Insights. It was able to summarize the whole video for me, so I saved 55 minutes on this, and now I can use that time to do something else. And one last example, someone was taking a picture, sorry. All right. And one last example from my personal experience, also one time I wanted to add a loading spinner on our website. I had no idea how to write HTML, CSS. It took me a minute. I went to ChatGPT. I got this code. It worked. I moved on with my life. So before ChatGPT, I would have to go watch different YouTube videos, read different articles, buy the right courses, which could take forever. But now, 1 minute, good. Let me move on with my life. Cool. Now, enough about me. Let's talk about you and how you can use ChatGPT as a marketer or in business in general. So step number one, I think you know it by now, your prompt should be perfect. Add as much details as you can to get the best output of ChatGPT. So for this, I have 2 tips for you guys. Tip number one, if you have the paid version of ChatGPT, they have a plugin called Prompt Perfect. It's on ChatGPT Plus. All you have to do, install it, enable it, and just ask it to write a prompt for you for what you want to get as a result. In my case, I was trying to come up with a prompt that enables ChatGPT to give me ideas for our YouTube channel. It took my sentence, and I was able to get 6 different prompts that are more detailed and more in-depth. Like, for example, think of ideas for services and videos that teach viewers how to use different marketing tools. So it was more explicit, it was more detailed, and I can get better results using this instead of me just trying to write something myself. Now, if you have the free version of ChatGPT, don't worry. We have this website, bookmark it. It's called gpt.io. You can see the link in the screenshot. Yes, T as in T. I didn't come up with the name myself, but it's a great website. Every single day, they post new prompts for different marketing aspects, not just marketing, also non-marketing related stuff. So just use their search bar, search what you're looking for. You will find a prompt that will help you out. Copy it, paste it, and then you're good to go. Now, once you have the prompt all set up, step number 2 now is you have to start with your marketing campaigns. Now, to do so, before you start with Facebook ads, content marketing, step number 1 in marketing, which is the most boring part, I admit, is personas. Whenever we teach this in our courses, people are always skeptical. They are overrated, fictional characters, blah, blah, blah. In my opinion, they are still important, but they work if you have more data to enrich them. And ChatGPT can help you fill this persona canva. My tip here is only for startups or if you're planning to launch a business soon, not for established businesses. If you're just getting started, ChatGPT can help you fill every single section of this persona canva. Needs and goals, demographics, you name it. And this is exactly what I did when I was testing it. So I was like, hey, I sell a growth marketing course in Netherlands. What could be 3 problems that would push people to take one of my courses? And you can see the results. We have slow growth, limited marketing budget, and need for new skills. Now, if I show you some of the survey responses we get from our participants, this is super on point. It's exactly what it does. So this is needs and goals. Step number 2, demographics. List 3 main demographics that could take my course: entrepreneurs, marketing professionals, and freelancers. Once again, if I show you our demographic of our participants, super on point. But as I mentioned, this is only for startups. If you have zero data points, this can steer your thoughts in the right direction. But if you're established and you have product market fit and you have lots of customers, the best way always is to talk to your customers. That's the best source of information to enrich your personas. So you can do an interview with them or you can send them a survey. If that's the case, ChatGPT can help you brainstorm survey questions for every single section. So I made sure to tell ChatGPT I use this persona template. It has 5 sections: needs and goals, demographics, blah, blah, blah. And I told it, please list questions that can help me enrich every single section. 1 minute later, I have questions that I can ask my customers to learn more about them, and based on that, I can prioritize their responses and create all of our personas. So whether you're just getting started or you have an established business, ChatGPT can help you build your persona. Now, let's say you have 1,000 responses, 500 responses. It might be a bit time-consuming to go through all of them to find these common patterns. So this is one of my favorite tools right now. It's called askyourpdf.com. So askyourpdf.com. You can upload any PDF file, any PowerPoint presentation, any spreadsheet, and then you will have a conversation with this document. So in my case, I uploaded the spreadsheet with survey responses from people who took our course. And I was wondering what made them enjoy the course so much. And out of 500 responses, this tool was able to find top 3 reasons: the content, the trainers, and so on. So I was able to do this in 1 minute instead of maybe consuming an hour just to see the common patterns. And once you have your persona ready, the next step is to identify which companies are targeting the same target audience and the same persona. So you can easily do a competitor analysis using ChatGPT. I asked it, can you list companies in the Netherlands that sell growth marketing courses? I got 10 of them. You can see Growth Tribe. We're like in that list. Next step, okay, add the value proposition for every single one. Now I have the company name, their value proposition, and also their website URL. And then make this all visual, transform everything into a table. Now I have a table that I can copy into my spreadsheet. Now, I'm not going to lie, you can do this yourself on Google in 30 minutes. But imagine if you save 30 minutes doing this task, and then 10 minutes doing a different task, and then 20 minutes doing a different task. By the end of the day, the week, the month, you saved hours of repetitive work. So you can use that time to do something else, something more important. So it doesn't sound that much, saving 30 minutes, but it adds up at the end, trust me. And if you want also to add to your research, you can do a SWOT analysis for every single competitor to identify their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and so on. Awesome. Now, I think this is where all of us were using ChatGPT for. Who's using it for copywriting? All right, not many people, okay. For me, I'm a very shitty copywriter, to be honest. And I use it every single day for Slack messages, email, WhatsApp messages. Like, it's changed the way I live. And I'm using it a lot to create a content marketing strategy. So within, I'd say, 10 minutes, you have a content calendar that's ready to go. So step number 1, ask it about ideas that you can write about to reach your audience. So I was very detailed in my prompt. I was like, hey, I work for a company that sells growth marketing courses. Can you suggest 15 ideas that I can write about to reach my audience? And I made sure to mention who my audience is: entrepreneurs, freelancers, and so on. And if this sounds familiar, it was the result I got in the previous slides when I talked about demographics. That was the same thing. I made sure it was in that prompt. A few seconds later, I got 15 topics that could be interesting for growth marketeers or people who are into business. Awesome. Now, the best way to make the best out of ChatGPT is when you combine its output with a different tool. So here we have 15 topics, but maybe not all of them are relevant to my audience. So I can take these 15 topics, and I can use a tool like SEMrush. So SEMrush, it's an SEO tool that can give you the search volume for every single topic. So if there's email marketing, I can use SEMrush and see how many people search for email marketing every single month on Google. It could be 500,000 searches and so on. So I take these 15 topics, I go to SEMrush, and I can prioritize 7 or 10 based on the search volume, because I want to focus on topics that get me lots of traction. So we have 15, now it became like 7 to 8, and it was put in a content calendar. You can see on Monday, I will talk about the power of storytelling. On Tuesday, I will talk about something else. On Wednesday, I will talk also about something else. Now, let's start with the first one. Let's start with the first article, The Power of Storytelling. Please write an article. I don't say please. I should be more polite with ChatGPT maybe. I'm just commanding it to do stuff. All right, write a 1,000 blog article for me about the power of storytelling. Few seconds later, we have one blog article that's ready to go. Now, a copywriter, I think they take around 5 to 6 hours to write the first draft. This took 10 seconds. Now, I'm not saying fire your copywriters. That's not it. You still need the human touch on your articles to make it more on brand, more human. But they should be able to use it to speed up their workflow. So we have now a nice blog article. Now, many people, when I mention this, they're quite hesitant because they think publishing AI content maybe is not very ethical. Maybe they will be punished by Google if they promote AI content. That's not the case. According to Google themselves, they will reward high quality content however it is produced. It doesn't matter AI, human, if it's good, they're gonna push it on the first page. Which means don't be satisfied with the first output of your blog article, read it, and then add follow-up prompts to improve it even more to get that high quality content. In my case, I read the first draft, it was good, but it was missing few elements to make it really like high quality. So I had follow-up prompts, please mention the benefits of storytelling, add some data point to prove what you're talking about, and most importantly, provide guidance on what to do as next steps. So within 5 to 10 minutes, after lots of follow-up prompts, now I have one blog article that's ready to go that I can push to my audience and promote my content. And in content marketing, once you have one piece of content that's ready to go, you can repurpose it in different format. So your blog article can become a YouTube video. Your YouTube video can become a LinkedIn post. Your LinkedIn post can become an Instagram story. So once you have one piece of content, you can break it down to 10 pieces of content. In my case, I had one blog article. I was like, please transform this into a LinkedIn post so I can repurpose it. And within seconds, I had one LinkedIn post. You can see we have 4 bullet points. I can use Photoshop, Canva, create a slider, a carousel, and now I can upload this on LinkedIn, and now I have 2 posts in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Cool. Now, if you know your audience already, if you know what they like to read, what kind of content they can consume, you can already start to suggest content to write about. In my case, I know our participants, our students, they are into marketing, they are into experimentation. So I know exactly what they like to read about. So I was able to talk with ChatGPT to list certain books for me if my audience wants to learn more about awareness channels. I got 10 books. I don't have time to read them all. Summarize maybe one of them for me, let's say Traction. Now I have a book summary that I can share on social media, in an email perhaps. So now I can produce more content at scale. Cool. Now we have organic marketing. Now we switch to paid advertising. Now also it can help you brainstorm what kind of channel to use, what kind of targeting criteria you should use as well. So in this situation, I was like, hey, I want to target entrepreneurs and small business owners. What is the best channel to reach them? This is a no-brainer, LinkedIn, perfect for B2B. That's step number 1, I know the channel. Step number 2, I want to understand the targeting. Okay, how can I target business owners on LinkedIn? And it was able to help me with my targeting criteria. So for job title, make sure it's business owner, self-employed, founder. For company size, make sure it's between 1 and 10, 10 to 50. For seniority level, make sure they are founders and owners. Now I have the channel, I have the targeting criteria. What's missing is the ad copy. It's like, okay, I'm trying to promote a course. Can you write an ad copy for me that can add on this LinkedIn ad? And now I have an ad copy. Now, if you're new to maybe paid advertising, you're new to LinkedIn Ads Manager, you don't know how to create the ad, even though you have all of the information, you can just ask it to help you. Like, hey, can you help me set up a LinkedIn ad campaign? And it's going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to do it, step by step. So go to your LinkedIn campaign manager, select the campaign objective, then select your targeting criteria, your budget, your ad visual, and now you're doing everything quickly. Cool. Now, we also have SEO. So SEO, it's a difficult topic to explain in 5 minutes. It's like a masterclass by itself. So I'm going to do my best. So SEO, I compare it to a racing car. And this racing car is your website. Your website is a car. Now, for this car to go fast, there are certain elements on that car that should be solid, reliable, and on point. So for example, the technical elements of this car should be reliable. So brakes, gearbox, engine, and so on. The same thing is with your website. Your website should be secure, it should be fast, it should be responsive. Awesome. Now, you have a good car, that's not enough. You should also have a great driver behind the wheel. Let's say Max Verstappen, since we're in the Netherlands, right? But I'm a Ferrari fan. It's a long story. It's a painful season. But anyway, let's say you have Max behind the wheel. Now we have a good car and we have a great driver. Perfect. The same thing is with your website. What's the point of having it being fast, secure, if the content on it is not good? What's the point if people will access it, but they're going to bounce right away because you don't have engaging content? So good website, secure, but also good content on that website is also important. And then we have the fuel that will fuel this car to go as fast as possible. For your website, these are backlinks. So backlinks is one website refers back to your own website. So this is an important element in SEO because if someone's linking back to your own website, for Google, that's an indication that people are sharing your article, which means it's so good, it's worthy of being shared. So the more backlinks you have, the higher the chance you will get to be on the first page on Google. So that's SEO in a nutshell, of course, but there's more elements to it. And you can use ChatGPT to help you fix every single element, even though you're not an SEO expert. So there's a paid plugin. It's only available on ChatGPT Plus. It's called SEO, perfect name. All you have to do, just install it, enable it, and just ask ChatGPT to pretend to be an SEO specialist and to do a quick audit on your site. And within seconds, you're going to get lots of valuable insights about how good your website is. They're going to show you your speed time. Is the keywords you have on your website, are they relevant to the search queries? So within seconds, you have like a nice audit. Now, this is super important for managers and team leaders. I can't tell you how many times I've trained team leaders and they struggle to talk with their SEO specialist because they have no idea what's happening. Because their team member, they're talking all of this technical stuff, they don't understand what's happening. So what they do now is they use ChatGPT to understand a bit about SEO, and then now they can carry a better conversation with their team member. So you don't have to be a specialist, but know just enough to be part of a conversation, to brainstorm with your team, and so on. You can also use it to identify long-tail keywords that you can target with your content. So long-tail keywords are like, they are longer phrases. So usually when you talk about SEO, you focus on 2 words, growth marketing. But because it's so broad, competition level is very high. But the longer your sentence is, the better your performance will be because the search volume for this will be shorter, but also the competition level will also be lower. So I can take this information, go to SEMrush, check the search volume for every single keyword. If it's good, then perfect. Now me and my team can start building content around these keywords. And this is my favorite part. It can help you brainstorm ideas on how to get backlinks. So as I mentioned, backlinks is when one website links back to your own. So I went on Google, I was searching for, okay, how can I get the best backlinks to my site? And there was like thousands of articles on Google. It was quite overwhelming. So like, okay, let me check ChatGPT. So I asked it, can you list few ideas for me to get more backlinks on my site? And we got lots of good ideas, do a guest post, reach out to other growth marketing blogs, blah, blah, blah. I like the first one. I can do a guest post on a different website and then they can link back to my own. I'm like, okay, can you list 20 popular growth marketing blogs that I can reach out to if I want to do a guest post on their site? I got 20. Let's say we have HubSpot. I'm like, okay, can you write an email for me in which I reach out to them where I propose my services? And then within seconds, I have this nice email template that I can use to send it to HubSpot and see if they can accept. And I made sure to add a human touch to it. So if you look in the last sentence of the prompt, mention that their last article on marketing trends was really interesting. So they know that this wasn't sent by a robot. I actually put the time and effort to check their blog. So I was adding some touches to make it more engaging. Now I have a template. I can send this to all of these blogs. And if you knock on enough doors, one of them will open. So hopefully I can get more backlinks. All right, lots of tips. But I'm going to share the resources with you guys. Don't worry, we're at the end. We also have email marketing. So you can also create drip campaigns, I would say, in 15 minutes. I did that for Growth Tribe. And once again, I was very detailed with my prompt. I was like, OK, I want to send an email drip campaign next week. And I want to send 3 emails. One on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the first 2 emails are informational, educational emails. Because you don't want to spam your customers with like, hey, buy now, buy now, buy now. You provide value first. And then later on, when they trust you, you can say like, OK, buy now. It's like when you go on a first date, like, hey, my name is Tarek, will you marry me? It doesn't work out like that, right? She would think I'm a creep. You got to know me first, and then later on, you pop the big question. The same thing here. Show value to your audience first. This is value number 1. Value number 2, and then later on, like, OK, we need your money now. Something like that. So Monday, Wednesday, educational emails about, I said, social media trends, and about a summary of the book traction. But the 3rd email, please promote my digital marketing course. Perfect. Few seconds later, I have 3 emails ready to go. So you have day 1, it's an educational email, and I talk about social media trends. Wednesday, day 2, educational email, I talk about the summary of the book. And then on Friday, I can actually push them to, I can be more salesy and promote my digital marketing course, which is what I did right there. I can also help you brainstorm subject lines for your emails. Because also, like, the subject line is the most important one, because what's the point of having a good email if nobody clicks on it? So you can also brainstorm ways to add sense of urgency to your emails. In my case, it was like a discount or a limited capacity, and so on. Also, landing page optimization. You can use it to, I think, brainstorm if you want to design a website for a certain service or a product. It can help you create that page outline. Like the hero section, testimonials, it can tell you exactly what sections to add. And then my favorite part now, it can help you populate every single element of your landing page. So the headline, not the testimonials, they should be legit, the services, the description, the benefits. In my case, it was the headline. Your headline on your landing page is the most important thing. It's more important than the benefits, because people, according to Microsoft, they spend 5 seconds only on your site before deciding to leave. So Microsoft, I think, a few years ago, they analyzed 500,000 websites, and they discovered that all of these websites, they suffer from negative aging, which means the more time people spend on your site, the less likely they're going to abandon the page. But the first 5 seconds are crucial, because within the first 5 seconds, you have the biggest drop-off, which means in 5 seconds, your audience should know what you sell and what makes you special. We call this the 5-second test. And ChatGPT can help you write a headline that passes the 5-second test. Just to show you why this is important, I'm going to play with you a game. Okay? I'm going to show you a landing page for 5 seconds, and let's see if you can guess what it offers, all right? So I was doing some research, because as a trainer, I have to find the latest examples. I went online, and I saw this article by Wix. They were talking about 32 of the best websites in 2023. I was like, cool, let me check what they have. I'm going to show you now one of these websites that for them is one of the best for 5 seconds, and let me know if you can guess what it offers. So imagine you land on this page. That was 5 seconds, I swear. Now it's going to be tough for me to hear you. Can everybody maybe raise their hand and tell me what does it offer? Mental health for females, maybe. Sorry? Donations for, okay. Anybody else? Sorry? Okay, okay. So we have different answers. It could be donations for Africa, you said? Females, okay. You said also donations. You said earphones or something. Sorry, breast cancer. Okay, you're actually very close. Usually people don't get it. What they think it is, it's makeup. They think maybe it's clothes brand or something like that. But it is actually, yes, an NGO in the US. And their main thing is to empower women to have a better lifestyle. Now, the visual looks amazing, but the headline is very motivational. The focus is on her. That's what we see in the website now. Right now, their first headline is motivational BS. And then in the sub-headline, they tell you exactly what they do. So one of the greatest hacks in copywriting, just switch your sub-headline with your headline, and you'll pass the 5-second test. So for me, I did this with testers, and you can see that nobody was able to really understand what they have to say. So you can see here, they talk about clothes, makeup, lipstick, different things, but not really NGO, not really donating for women. So I changed their headline and made it like more on point, so empowering women through events, books, and videos. And I did another 5-second test with the same testers, not different testers, sorry. And you can see now that we were getting better results because the focus was not on her, the focus was on actually the headline that communicates what they do. And I think a great example about copywriting is Michael Jordan. I think I'm a big fan of Michael Jordan. Quick story, he retired in 1993 and came back in 1995. When he decided to come back in 1995, his agent was like, okay, Michael, let's announce your comeback, let's write a press release. And he's like, what do you want to write in this press release? He's like, Michael, 2 words, I want to write 2 words, I'm back. It's the shortest press release ever, but it's the best one ever as well because it tells you exactly what you need to hear from Michael. His fans don't care why he left, why he's coming back. They want to know one thing, are you back, yes or no? And they got that answer in 2 words. So once you're writing copy to your audience, don't assume they know your product as much as you do. Just make sure to tell them exactly how you will solve their pain. No motivational BS, the focus is on her or something else. Just make sure to communicate what you do. And as I mentioned, ChatGPT can help you write the headlines that can help you pass the 5-second test. All right, let me go back. Cool. You can also use ChatGPT to create an FAQ section, and this is amazing because now I'm uploading our course presentation on Ask Your PDF, and based on the content, Ask Your PDF is giving me an FAQ section based on it, and now I'm showing it to our students, and we're also putting some part of it on our website. And I think the game changer moving forward is going to be this, having a chatbot on your site. Before ChatGPT, people were not very receptive to talk with a stupid robot on your website, but now because every single day we're using ChatGPT, now we got used to talking to a chatbot and getting good responses. So we have this tool, it's called, I can see it, Chatbase. All right, we have Chatbase, and it's ChatGPT on your site. So it can learn more about your services, about your products. You can embed this on your site, so whenever someone ends up on your site, they can talk to it and they can get the best responses. And finally, we have research. So this is not growth related, it's me. So in my free time, I have a YouTube channel and I have a TikTok account. I try to create short form videos about educational stuff. And I remember a few months ago, I saw a LinkedIn post about McDonald's making fun of Burger King. I was like, okay, that's fun. Maybe I can create a video about how they make fun of each other. So I went to ChatGPT and I asked it, can you list certain campaigns in which McDonald's and Burger King were making fun of each other? And I got like 4 different campaigns. And the first one was quite interesting. So I think in France, McDonald's have like 5,000 branches. Burger King, they only have 500, so they were making fun of them. So I took this idea from ChatGPT and I made sure it become a short form video content for me. So you can see on TikTok, it got like 9,000 views, on YouTube, 1,500. So I was able to generate some traction using idea that I got from ChatGPT. Worst thumbnail ever, by the way. My face looks super weird, but since this worked for me, I was like, okay, let me double down on that. I want to create a series, which is business rivalries, not just McDonald's and Burger King. I was like, okay, can you list other business rivalries for me? And you can see we have Apple and Microsoft, we have Nike and Adidas. Now I can ask it a follow-up questions. Okay, list some of the campaigns where Nike and Adidas were making fun of each other, and I can keep producing content at scale. I think since the release of ChatGPT, I release 3 short form videos every week because it's so easy to do the research, double checking every source, of course, not just relying on it, and then making content at a bigger scale. And the final section, which is using it for your own benefit as a tooling and resource recommendation tool. So let's say as a marketer, you have an idea in mind, but you don't know how to execute it. You want to depend maybe on your IT team. If you have an idea in mind, just ask ChatGPT, what kind of tool can help me achieve this without needing any help? So search for no-code tools. That's the best way. Tell it, I want a no-code tool that can help me achieve what you want to achieve. In my case, I want to create a quiz or an assessment to our audience, but I don't have time to do the whole thing with the IT team. Do you have a tool for me that can do this quickly? And I got like 9 different tools. One of them was Outro. I'm familiar with Outro, it's very nice, but I'm not sure how to use it. They have different formulas to give you the right results for the assessment. I was like, okay, can you help me create a formula on the Outro tool? So not only it can help you find the right tool, it can also help you use it, which is, I think, super powerful. And if you want to educate yourself more and learn more, ask it for book recommendations if you want. In my case, I keep asking it, do you have the best books for behavioral psychology, for awareness? And I see them. If I have time, I read them. If not, I ask for a book summary, and I'm good to go. All right. Just if you want to learn more about AI, and if you're interested in taking any of the Growth Tribe courses, last week we had a big week. So we launched our own membership program, which means you can take any of our certificate courses and be certified in growth marketing, digital marketing, AI. And on top of that, depending on your plan, of course, your monthly plan, you will get access to more than 100 hours of content to dive deeper into certain subjects. So it's not just a course, you can also have on top of it up to 100 hours of video content if you want, depending on the monthly plan. And you also have live features, so you can ask the expert. So if you take one of my videos, you can ask me questions because I built it, and you will have access to other trainers as well, and you will get one personal coaching session. And one final thing, I promise. So every single tool I mentioned, all of the prompts, we put them in one big spreadsheet. Some of our favorite prompts, some of our favorite tools that are not just ChatGPT. You have Midjourney, you have other things that are all in one spreadsheet. If you want to get access for it, we have one small favor from you guys. If you can go to this link, which is grow.ac/11sept, we're going to ask you for a small feedback if you enjoyed the session today or not. And once you do so, we're going to send you the spreadsheet by email. So make sure to bookmark this link, grow.ac/11sept. And if you want to find me on LinkedIn, I'm Tarek Reslan. I'm more than happy to connect with you guys. And yeah, thank you. I think now we have Q&A if you have any questions. So,
well done, Tarek. Did you see how active their phones were? I could see you guys taking pictures and trying to record it.
You can find them on the spreadsheet.
Exactly.
Save memory on your phone.
Well done, well done. As you know, as a marketer, this is very important for me, not only for my own personal self, but we have marketing professionals within my department, especially social media, that I know for a fact that this tool is really helpful to them.
Yeah.
Although sometimes they don't admit that they used it, but we know it helps. There's nothing wrong with that, it's fine.
Exactly.
We do have questions from the audience. If any of you would like to ask him any questions, you can go on the app, on the session. There will be a Q&A section that you can actually write your questions down, and I can ask him directly. But for now, we have 3 questions waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Is it risky for a team to depend entirely on AI for their tasks?
Sorry. I think so, because I experienced this last week. So I think ChatGPT was down for 30 minutes, and it wasn't working. I stopped working, went with my friends, because I was fully dependent on it. So I think it is risky. Definitely use it to speed up your workflow, but don't really depend on it like 100%, because if it stops, like we're screwed in a way. So I think there should be a good balance between using it to save up time and fully using it to do your job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember when ChatGPT first came out, and there would be some sort of traffic jam happening, and you'd have to wait a couple of minutes before you could enter.
Yeah.
That was a tough time. Definitely.
Now they had a paid plan, you have priority, so they were able to monetize it.
Exactly. Yeah. Another one, and this is actually one of my personal curiosities as well. Given that ChatGPT speeds up content creation, does it also cause the content published online to appear similar?
Exactly. That's why I think you shouldn't fire copywriters yet, because like I said, you need the human touch, and you need to transform the AI content into your brand tone of voice. So I would say teach ChatGPT the tone of voice of your brand. So feed it previous articles that you wrote, so you get familiar to it, and then once writing new content for you, it's more on brand. But if you just take the result as it is, it's going to be similar to all of the content online. So make sure to add your own human touch from the copywriters or from your own brand tone of voice, for sure.
It's a very, very handy tip.
Yeah.
One of the audience actually sent a question just now about security.
Security.
Are you ready for this one? It's going to be a tough one for
All
you.
right.
What about the security of tools like ChatGPT? Is it safe to upload, for example, survey responses to ask for your input?
No, not really. So do not publish sensitive company information, because even they mentioned they will use it to train ChatGPT. So if you're going to use it to upload files, don't upload sensitive information. For survey responded, yes, you can upload your survey responses,
Yep.
but remove the emails of your customers. So it could be anonymous, but the responses are the same. But yeah, I would definitely
Exactly.
avoid uploading sensitive information. They
Wasn't-
even said it. They said it.
Yes, and I think that we had a couple of things coming up on the news quite recently about some very important sensitive data being leaked as well.
Exactly. So keep
yeah.
everything anonymous, for sure.
So use it, but don't overuse it.
Yeah.
Another question, how close are we, I like this one, to AI taking over the role of a full-time employee?
Yeah.
Should we be worried? Especially for marketers. I want you to answer this on a marketer's
so just like
perspective.
one funny story. I think Netflix in Japan,
Yeah.
they used Midjourney to replace animators. So they had an animation movie, and they used Midjourney to create the background animations, and they didn't use an actual human being. So
Okay.
that's like scary, but at the same time, they use the human to just retouch what they've done
Yeah.
with the animation. And I think the same thing will happen in marketing, so it's not going to replace us yet, but you should know how to use it. I think I can't take credit for this quote, but someone who knows how to use ChatGPT will replace you, not the tool itself. So learn
Yeah.
how to use it, or not, you'll be
Yeah.
replaced. But not by
Yeah,
AI yet.
exactly.
We're not there yet.
Funny thing is, here at
I'm the first one to
Esomar,
be replaced when it gets powerful.
I know I keep telling my team as well, no one's going to be replaced by anyone. We still need
For
you.
now, but yeah, we're good. We're good.
No,
for
don't
now.
say that.
No, we're good
Just,
for now. We're
yeah.
good for now. You never know what happens in the world.
This is actually what we actually say here at Esomar. We have an AI task force, and that's really the phrase that we keep repeating.
Yeah.
It's not going to replace you,
Yeah.
but it's a tool that's going to help you.
Yeah, you should know. I think we're reaching
To
a
the
point
next
where in the
level.
job interview they're gonna ask you to write a prompt to see how good you are.
Yeah.
We're reaching that point.
These questions are getting spicier by the minute.
Okay.
Another one. Are you not afraid about disinformation due to ChatGPT if everyone uses it?
For sure, that's why whenever I get an output from ChatGPT, I double check the information I got from it. So, like for me, different times I would get data from it, like
Yeah.
70% did this. I will double check it, and it's not true.
Okay.
It gives you weird links. When they had the Bing integration, it was valid because they were able to scrape Bing.com. When they stopped it, I would definitely double check.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
I think you can use it as a best practice. Write copy for me, explain this for me. This can speed up the process, but
Yeah.
relying on it for data, I think it's still tricky. So double check all of the information you get from it. Several times I would get a link as a source, click on it, it's a 404 page.
Exactly. That's a handy one.
Yeah.
One thing that is actually one of my personal curiosities is the fact that ChatGPT ends at 2021, and in the marketing space, things move really, really quickly,
Yeah.
especially when you're talking about SEO and things are always changing. How do you keep up with that change without staying behind due to the 2021?
So that's the thing, when they had the Bing integration, it was
Yeah.
so easy because everything was up to date. But now I think there's a new AI tool that's up to 2023, like ChatGPT, but I completely forgot the name.
The Claude.
I'll send to you by email, maybe you can share it with everyone.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay. I think we're running out of time. His information is in the app, so if you want to reach out to him directly, please do so. You also have his slides that he put up that you can reach out to not only himself, but also Growth Tribe. They're here in Amsterdam. They're amazing. Personal favorites when it's about training and sending my team off to be trained.
Thank you.
But thank you so much.
Thank you for
I
inviting
really
me.
enjoyed this. Speaking of AI, don't forget Eve. If you have thoughts, feelings you want to share with Eve, please do so by scanning the QR code. We're going to take all of your input and translate them into data and then distribute it to all of you. It's a cool tool as well.
Cool.
Thank
Thank
you.
you and enjoy the last day of summer in Amsterdam. Apparently tomorrow is raining.
Exactly.
So enjoy the last day and yeah, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.